Welcome to Lit Mode. In this video, we are going to discuss November week 1 general awareness topics. So on 22nd of November, the exam of RBI assistant is scheduled, and this video is extremely important for those who are going to appear in the mains on 22nd of November. So let's start. And in this video, I will also discuss few questions from PFRDA which happened on 8th of November, 1 week back, and those questions are also important for RBI. So stay aware, just focus on whatever data point I am providing and try to catch the pattern. So that it's going to help you on the D-Day, which is 22nd of November. So let's start. First thing is after quarter 2 update, recently what happened, like the RBI published the Q2 report, so a status of economy report. So RBI said that in Q2 the Indian economy will contract by 8.6%. Okay, so basically it's growing on year basis. Means if we compare Q2, which is from July to September, so basically that is declining by 8.6% compared to 2019. So for Q2 this is the data, and for Q1 the RBI said, and as all of you know, that the economy shrank by 23.9% again year on year, and these data are for real GDP. Okay, so inflation is already taken care over there, so it's not nominal GDP, it's real GDP. Coming back to the annual data, so what happened after the Q2 rate published Moody's Investor Service. So Moody's is a very important credit rating agency from USA. So that predicted that the Indian economy will contract by minus 8.9%. Okay, earlier they said that it will contract by minus 9.6%, but now they have adjusted and corrected it to minus 8.9% for fiscal year 2020. Okay, so this is fiscal year 2020, and they also said that for fiscal year 2021 the growth rate will be 8.6%. So this 8.6% is positive. Everybody is saying that in 2021 the economy will be in positive, in 2022 the economy will be negative. Okay, so this thing you have to remember, in 2020 nothing is going to be positive. One question was asked in PFRDA exam, which was like this: in 2019 what was the prediction by NSO for Indian economy, and the GDP's minimum bare cutoff was asked, means minimum growth possible for 2019 in India's GDP, and the answer was 2.3%. Okay, our economy grew more than this last year, but yes, if you are going to exam, you should know the data of 2019, 2020 as well as 2021. So stay aware of all this data, and you can expect one question from this slide in RBI assistant exam. And basically a status of economy report is very critical, and I assume that they are going to ask Q1 or Q2 data. So that is 23.9% for Q1 and 8.6% for Q2 fiscal year 2020-21. Okay, so let's move to the next question. Okay, so who will be the title sponsor for 2020 Women's T20 Challenge 3rd edition? Now here we have written 3rd edition. Why? Because recently in SBI Junior Associate Men's Shift 2 IPL's edition was asked. The current going edition is which one? Which was 13th one. And in the Shift 1, what was asked? The first IPL which occurred outside India, that was which version of IPL? So that was 3rd. So that's why Women's T20 Challenge 3rd edition, the title sponsor for 2020 is Jio. So Jio is getting everything nowadays. So a sponsor for 2020 Women's T20 is Jio, and it's the 3rd edition. Second is, who won the gold medal at the Alexis Vastin International Boxing Tournament in Nantes, France? So the correct answer is Amit, Sanjeet, Assis. So remember the name Amit, Sanjeet, Assis. What they won? Boxing tournament in Nantes, France. So Assis Kumar is the famous boxer from India. So you have to remember these data points. Lewis Hamilton. Okay, so after Portuguese Grand Prix, he also won Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, and now Hungarian Grand Prix also. So he has recently equaled the total F1 championship, which is 7, with Michael Schumacher. So Lewis Hamilton, the guy from UK who drives Mercedes racing car, is all in news. So this question is also important. Kiran Rijiju, the Union Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports. Okay, so Kiran Rijiju was in news recently. So you have to remember this thing: Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Kiran Rijiju. You can comment the constituency of Kiran Rijiju in the discussion box or comment box, wherever you are. Next is Shane Watson has announced his retirement. Marlon Samuels has announced his retirement. So Shane Watson is an Australian cricketer and Marlon Samuels is West Indian all-rounder. So both are all-rounder. Shane Watson from Australia, Marlon Samuels from West Indies. So you have to remember, as retirements of cricketers has also been asked in last exams. President of Hockey India, Gyanendra Nibongam. So just remember Gyanendra Hockey President, Gyanendra, okay. Prasad Scheme 2015 launched by Tourism Minister Prahlad Singh Patel. So Tourism Minister is very important. Recently schemes are in news and it was asked in PFRDA also. So this much knowledge you gain from this slide, and let's move to the next slide. Okay, so there is actually IPL 11th edition recently occurred. So one question you can expect from IPL because last exam we saw questions from IPL. So final happened in Dubai, UAE. 3 stadiums were there: Sharjah, Abu Dhabi, and Dubai. Sharjah stadium was the smallest one, but that will not be asked in the exam. Emerging Player of the Year award went to Devdutt Patikal, the guy from RCB. Most Success Award, Ishan Kishan. He is the player of Mumbai Indians and basically he is from state Bihar. Purple cap went to Kagiso Rabada. He is basically from South Africa but played for Delhi Capitals, which was the runner-up. Delhi Capitals was the runner-up and Mumbai Indians was the winner. So winner was Mumbai Indians and the runner-up was Delhi Capital. On the third position, it will not be asked. Okay, so leave third, fourth position. Most valuable player, Jofra Archer, the guy from UK, Jofra Archer. Orange cap, KL Rahul. So orange cap is for most run. So Rahul scored most run, most wicket taken by Rabada. So Rahul batsman, Rabada bowler. Just remember like that. Ishan Kishan hit maximum sixes. I think it's more than 30. And Jofra Archer was the valuable player because he's all-rounder, also hit sixes and all those things. So these things are important. Just memorize all these things. Let's move to the next slide. Raitu Vedika is an initiative to bring farmers under one platform and help them attain higher returns. Which state implemented this scheme? So YSR Cheuta scheme, okay. This is by YSR, Jagan Reddy, okay, the son of YSR Reddy. So his name is Jagan Reddy and the new party is YSR Reddy, which is governing Andhra Pradesh. So that's YSR Cheuta scheme. And Raitu Bandhu is agriculture investment support scheme of Telangana. So you can see here TSR Rao. So Mr. Rao has launched Raitu Bandhu and Chaitu scheme, YSR Chaitu scheme is by YSR in Andhra Pradesh. So and that is basically under the umbrella program of doubling the farmers' income by Indian government. So these schemes are eventually going to help farmers live a better life and to eradicate the rural distress by which Indian agriculture space is facing. We saw in Corona, agriculture space was the savior. It wasn't positive, as well as we also saw that government is pumping more money through Manrega and PM Kisan Yojana and other schemes so that the demand supply chain is continuous, because if rural demand will be more, then the jobs in urban area will also increase because FMCG, banking, finance, everybody needs more demand. So the knock-on effect of eradicating the rural distress will be seen in metros also. So that's a master stroke by Indian government as well. Moving forward, Tamil Nadu government has passed an order of 100% exemption of motor vehicle tax for battery operated vehicle. Okay, so battery operated vehicles means electrical vehicles most probably. So if you are using electrical vehicles, 100% exemption of motor vehicle tax. Okay, so in Delhi also we earlier saw, and Tamil Nadu government has now done this. So because we have our maximum cities in the top polluted cities of the world, that's why we are seeing governments are providing subsidies. FAME 1, FAME 2 was provided by central government. Now Delhi EV policy. Now Tamil Nadu is also doing something. We are seeing electrical buses everywhere from Gujarat to Maharashtra. So things are going good, and that will eventually help us reduce the carbon footprint as well as to meet the commitment to Paris climate deal, and we will be able to meet the renewable energy targets. Moving forward, yes, Namami Gange project. So this Namami Gange project is very important. This was to clean the Ganga river. Okay, and Chacha Chaudhary has become the brand ambassador recently. Now you'll be thinking, why Chacha Chaudhary? Because Chacha Chaudhary was a very famous magazine in 90s. I was also the reader of Chacha Chaudhary and Sabu. So who don't know Chacha Chaudhary and Sabu? Sabu was a guy from Jupiter but lived on Earth, and the mind of Chacha Chaudhary used to run faster than computer. Okay, so Chacha Chaudhary is basically the brand ambassador of Namami Gange to increase the awareness, because if you are not if you will be applying lots of your mind, so you will be not more aware. But because it's Chacha Chaudhary, everybody is aware of Chacha Chaudhary. So that's kind of very viral awareness. So for viral awareness, it has been made as brand ambassador of Namami Gange. One more question from Namami Gange. It's news of July or August. $400 million loan agreement. Okay, so $400 million loan agreement between World Bank and Indian government. Okay, so World Bank and India for Namami Gange project. So remember this fact also, which is 3-4 months back. So it's also important. Raitu Vedika is an initiative of Telangana government to bring farmers under one platform and help them attain higher return. I have discussed that in earlier slide. Siska Group, Rajkumar Rao, brand ambassador. Rajkumar Rao, yes, the talented guy, which whom you have seen in movies like uh, very recently you have so many movies like Chalang also. So Siska Group's brand ambassador is Rajkumar Rao. Newton movie was also a very highly awarded movie. Apart from that, IIT Kharagpur, Center of Excellence for Indian Knowledge System, to be set up at IIT Kharagpur, West Bengal. So Center of Excellence for Indian Knowledge System is to be set up at IIT Kharagpur. So Center of Excellence, IIT Kharagpur, you have to remember. So whatever is highlighted on red, just remember that. That is more than enough for keyword and recalling. Now it's a question for you. Try to attempt this question. Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has constituted a committee to review guidelines on television rating agencies in India. Who will head the committee? And the correct answer is Sasi Sekhar Vempati. So recently, all those OTT platforms are also under rating agencies. So this question becomes important. And earlier, MEITY was controlling the digital platforms, so cyber thing, but now it will come directly under Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, and the minister is Prakash Javadekar. MeitY minister is Ravi Shankar Prasad. So these things are very important. Just remember these facts. Government has approved 180 billion, $242.7 million investment to support the construction of 210 megawatt Lahari Stage 1 hydro project in Himachal Pradesh. So Lahari hydro project in Himachal Pradesh over which river? Satluj river. So Satluj river is basically passing through Simla and Kullu district. So basically Lahari stage power plant and on river Satluj, how much? $242.7 million and 210 megawatt capacity. So hydel project it is. So again, due to renewable energy, it's important. So wherever you see solar power plant, because in SBI exam there was a question from JSW. Okay, like in Karnataka the wind power plant has been set up. So which company is doing that? So answer was JSW. So in Karnataka, Gujarat and Rajasthan, the 50 to 60% of our wind power plant is situated over there. Okay, so you have to correlate all these data, like whatever has been asked, which states are producing more solar energy, which state are producing more thermal energy. So you can correlate by that as well. So try to link those things. Okay, now again there is a question for you. John Pombe Magufuli is president of. So the correct answer is Tanzania. So the currency and capital of this country is also important. So you can comment that or type that in discussion box. India's elephant rehab in Kotor set to become the largest care and cure center for animal in the world. And you have to answer the state. So by name Kotor, so you can basically know that what will be the state. So I am just googling it for you. So Kotor is in it's basically in Kerala, as I was thinking. So Kotor said to become the largest care and cure center for the animal in the world. State is Kerala. So Kerala and Tanzania is the answer. Now we have some banking news, which is under financial awareness thing. Okay, so if you are tensed about financial awareness and banking awareness, so stay alert, drink some water, and be ready to get lots of content, which is extremely important for the next exam you are going to appear. First news is Axis Bank will. First news is, let me change the color of the pen. Okay, so the first news is Axis Bank will acquire up to 9% of the equity share cap of Max Life. So Max Life equity share cap acquired by Axis Bank. Okay, so Axis Bank acquired Max Life 9% share. Second news is government provides 670 crore support to regional rural bank to meet regulatory capital. So RRB's PCA was very less, provision coverage ratio. That's why the Indian government came into rescue, and RRBs have got 670 crore to clean their balance sheet from NPA and to increase the critical parameters under the Basel thing. So RRBs have to provide 75% of their total credit under PSL. 45 RRBs are there at present. As per the current scheme for recapitalization of RRB, the capital support is provided by these banks by the center, concerned state government, and the sponsor bank in the ratio of 50-15-35. 50, 15, 35. 50 is by center, 35 by is lead bank or sponsor bank, and 15 is from state government, respectively, to enable them to meet the regulatory requirement of capital to risk weighted ratio, CAR to 9%. So basically, CAR should be less than 9%, and PCA should be also more. So basically, when you will have the nice PCA, when you will have the headroom to adjust more capital. So government has provided the headroom so that they are not going to create some jingoism, and already we are seeing very risky things in our credit department in different banks. So that's why they rescued RRBs recently. Next news is from HDFC. So HDFC Ergo General Insurance announced the launch of the AI tool IDEAS, Intelligent Damage Detection, Estimation and Assessment Solution. So the full form is important for motor claim settlement. So AI tool IDEAS, who has launched? HDFC. In PFRDA, there was a question like which is the systematic bank in India. So yes, HDFC and ICICI are too big to fail. So they are the domestically systematic banks, and SBI is also there. So remember that data also. Next is Aigan Life Insurance has announced the launch of Life Plus 36 critical illness insurance on Flipkart. So on e-commerce platform, we are seeing that insurance products are being sold. So that's kind of distribution channel, and aggregators are using those platforms. So you have to remember this, that Aigan has launched their insurance product on Flipkart. Okay. SBI partnered with Paytm and with edX. So they have partnered with Paytm, which is a mobile payment app, fintech company. edX is a e-learning platform from USA. So SBI partnered with both these companies. Axis Bank has acquired 57700 shares in CSC E-Governance Services India Limited for 36.38 crore. So Axis Bank acquired this much share from E-Governance Services India also for 36 crore, and also from Max Life 9% share. So Axis Bank is having nice capital. That's why they are investing their money in very safe and cash-rich companies. RBL Bank has launched instant payout named Visa Direct. So Visa Direct is launched by RBL Bank. RBL Visa Direct. WhatsApp has rolled out the payment feature. So yes, after 2-3 years struggle, everything is sorted, and now you can click the media button and you will see that there is a payment option also. So by using UPI, you can launch the WhatsApp feature. So UPI is the backbone of WhatsApp also. So again, the UPI, NPCI and all those things are very important. So just go through that for a quick reason. Last point is German Development Bank KfW has approved a loan of 545 million euros to the Union Finance Ministry to fund Mumbai's metro. Okay, so you are seeing that German Development Bank has approved a loan of this much euros. So that's a huge amount for Mumbai's metro, because Mumbai is struggling from local trains since time immemorial. So this question is again important, and the Finance Ministry is basically under Nirmala Sitharaman. So let's move to the next slide. Hope you are enjoying the session. And the next is RBL Bank plus Visa. So RBL Bank has launched instant payout named Visa Direct. Okay, so you have to remember like this. In last slide, we also saw this question. NABARD's RIDF. Okay, so RIDF is basically Rural Infrastructure Development Fund, is managed by NABARD, and NABARD sanctioned 8504 lakh under RIDF scheme to government of Goa during 2020-21. So under RIDF, they provided money to government of Goa, and it's managed by NABARD. New Ramsar sites. So 2 sites are there, one in Bihar and one in Uttarakhand. So Kabartal wetland in Bihar, it's in Begusarai district, and Asan Reserve in Uttarakhand. So total Ramsar sites in India is equal to 39. Okay, so you have to remember this is also important. Formation Day. Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Haryana, Karnataka, Puducherry all has its foundation day on 1st of November. So this much states: Andhra, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Haryana, Karnataka, Puducherry. So remember the formation day of all these states. Next is October GST collection. So the gross GST revenue collected in the month of October 2020 is more than 1 lakh crore. So after Feb March, we have seen first time that the amount has gone past 1 lakh crore, and it was zero in April in fact. So that's widening the fiscal deficit, and the fiscal deficit target was 3.8% in last budget, and now it's going to 8-9%. So if GST collection is more, the government will have a headroom to adjust their fiscal deficit, as well as more money to invest into the infrastructure and capital building of Indian people. And CGST and SGST segregation is provided over there. So IGST is the maximum, which is integrated GST, and state and CGST is almost 25,000 crore. And those are not important. Just remember the 1 lakh crore thing, 1,05,000 crore, and in October it happened. One more thing, the October inflation data was also out recently. So in SBI, the inflation data was asked for September, which was mentioned in our videos also. So what is the October data of CPI? You have to go through that. Okay, it's again more than 7% obviously, but just go through the data, the September October inflation data, which is provided by our Ministry of Commerce and Industry. And moving forward, UPI is equal to 2.07 billion transactions. So yes, after GST collection, UPI transactions also increased a lot. Pre-Diwali shopping was on boom, and NPCI announces the 30% cap for third-party UPI apps like Google Pay, Phone Pay, which will come into place from January 2021. Okay, So 30% cap will be there on these apps. Okay. And UPI is the unified payment interface developed by NPCI, has exceeded 2 billion transactions worth 3.86 lakh crore in October. So it's more than 3 lakh crore. Okay. And the transactions number is 2 billion. So it's a huge amount. So it's kind of success for Indian digital transaction, and that's a move towards more transparency in the digital era. So these things are important for UPI. Now, Siddharth Mohanty, Bank Board Bureau has recommended Siddharth Mohanty as the Managing Director in Life Insurance Corporation. So LIC में Siddharth Mohanty is the new MD. So Siddharth Mohanty Bank Board Bureau बनाया कहाँ LIC. Okay. AK Gupta has become the new CEO and MD of ONGC Videsh. So ONGC Videsh, who is the new CEO? AK Gupta. Gupta, ONGC, LIC, Mohanty. Okay. Duarte Pacheco, Portugal, new president of Inter-Parliamentary Union. So headquarter of IPU is Geneva, and the country is Switzerland. Okay. So Inter-Parliamentary Union, and Duarte Pacheco is the new president. So remember that Pacheco. Okay. So the name is a little bit funny. So remember this name, Pacheco. Last one is Bharti AXA plus ICICI Lombard. So yes, this question becomes important. Why? Because in PFRDA, the full form of CCI, not the full form. What was asked, which is the antitrust body in India? Okay, so in US we have antitrust laws. So here, if you have a trust issue, or if one company is creating monopoly like Jio is doing, so we are seeing in Jio and future acquisition, Amazon is there in CCI, Competition Commission of India. So you can't just capitalize any particular industry by hook or crook. So Competition Commission of India approved acquisition of general insurance business of Bharti AXA by ICICI Lombard. So basically ICICI Lombard is controlling general insurance business of Bharti AXA, and CCI approved it so that the monopoly is not established in that particular business. So that's a very critical organization for Indian economy, and to better run through in a long run. Let's move to the next slide. So here we have some obituaries. So R. Dorai Kanu has passed away. He was Agriculture Minister of Tamil Nadu. Mesut Yilmaz has passed away. He was the former Turkish Prime Minister. T.N. Krishnan, legendary violinist. Satish Prasad Singh, former Chief Minister of Bihar. Faraz Khan, Bollywood actor. Paul Jasaria, Malayalam writer, winner of 2020 Estujasan Puraskaram, Kerala government's highest literary honor. So Ejusthan Puraskar, Kerala government, Malayalam writer Paul Jasaria. Director Hariharan bagged the prestigious J.C. Daniel Award, Kerala government's highest honor, India's first solar-powered miniature train launched in Kerala. So Kerala is in news too much. So this Puraskar to Jasaria, Kerala government highest honor provided to Hariharan, and first solar-powered miniature train launched in Kerala. So this much knowledge you gain from Kerala's current affairs. Pinaka rocket system tested from DRDO from integrated test range Chandipur off the coast of Odisha. Okay, so Chandipur, Pinaka. What is this? Integrated rocket system. Karat. So Karat is a exercise between Bangladesh and US Navy. Okay, Karat. Nyay Kausal. Chief Justice of India Sri Arvind Bobde inaugurated India's first ever e-resource center Nyay Kausal in Nagpur. Okay, so Nyay Kausal, Bobde, Nagpur. Public Affairs Index. Kerala, the best governed state in the country. UP ended at the top. UP ended at the bottom and Kerala at top. Public Affairs Index. That's for the governance of any state. So basically recently we saw few incidents in UP, and that's the main contributor because of the ranking of UP. And one more thing, that NCRB is capturing the data for creating these indexes. So in UP now FIRs are captured more because now the law and order has increased substantially. That's why you are seeing that UP is at the bottom. MM Narwane, the honorary rank of General of the Nepali Army by President Vidyadevi Bhandari. So yes, Nepal recently gave the honorary rank of General to MM Narwane, and he is the Indian Army Chief. Why? Why they provided this help? Because China is capturing small lands of Nepal, and Nepal knows that India can only help to maintain the sovereignty and integrity of Nepal. So that's why Nepal is coming to India, and now they are showing some honor to our army, our government as well. Because China's expansionary policy is very tough, and they are not going to leave anyone, either it's Nepal or it's Japan. Moving forward, NSTC, basically three news are there. National Skill Development Corporation. First one is NSTC collaborated with Microsoft to train more than 1 lakh undeserved women in India. So underserved women and it's underserved women. So NSDC collaborated with Microsoft to train more than 1 lakh underserved women in India. Why? Because the women participation rate of means women participation rate in India is less than 9%, and in urban India it's very less. Okay, so it's not even in double digit. In Bangladesh, 70% women participate in workforce. In Pakistan also, it's more than India. So it's matter of same for us, because we are a patriarchal society. We have means people think about child, all those bullshits. So women's safety is also a issue in our metros. So we have not a strict law for women's safety. So these things are contributing, and we are seeing that women participation rate is very less, and they are at a very basically very low rate. So that's going to hamper our GDP, and we are seeing that Bangladesh recently surpassed India's growth rate, and they are growing at a faster rate than India. So that's an alarming thing for Indian government and the state governments also, because safety is definitely a state subject. So if any state wants that, they want their state women to develop, so they can bring a tough rule. They can focus on the education, focus on the health of the girls, and they can also provide schemes like Ujjwala and few schemes which was very popular in Bihar, like cycle scale scheme and dress scheme. So to motivate girls to come to school, and for further 12th or graduation, you can provide monetary benefits. Like in Bihar, 25,000 is provided after 12th pass from first division, and to graduate first division, 50,000 is provided. So something like that. So that basically motivates girl to pursue, and the gross enrollment ratio is high. So such type of things are needed from Indian government and all states also, so that we have a high participation rate from Indian women's. Because if one girl reads, or she is aware, or she is literated, so she basically carry forwards her knowledge to 2-3 more people. So that can include 2 kids also, and 1 husband also if he is illiterate. So one girl can teach 3 people, and that's free of cost. So Indian government should think like that. And yeah, that was my 2 cents. Sorry for that. And moving forward, NSPC collaborated with British Asian Trust for the first of its kind Skill India Impact Bond. So British Asian Trust collaboration happened with NSTC, first of its kind Skill India Impact Bond. So it's a bond which is impact bond, and it's Skill India Impact Bond. So basically you have to remember this thing also. NSDC collaborated with Dell Technologies for Project Future Ready to train 1 lakh students. So they have collaborated with Dell Technologies for Project Future Ready. So 1 lakh students, 1 lakh underserved women. So for women, Microsoft is there. For students, Dell is there. For Impact Bond, British Asian Trust is there. And the body is NSTC, National Skill Development Corporation. Moving forward, there are a few appointments over here. So Dinesh Katre, the Amity Lehe Award of 2020 was conferred on Dinesh Katre from the CDAC. Okay, CDAC is Center for Developing Advanced Computing, Pune. So Katre won the award for Amit Lehi Award. Alassana Ouattara, Ivory Coast. Alassana Ouattara, third time as president. So the new president of Ivory Coast is Alassana Ouattara. And the currency and capital of this country becomes important. So remember that fact also. First ever seaplane. Okay, so first ever seaplane was recently launched in Gujarat. Modi launched this, our honorable Prime Minister, and the Statue of Unity is there, and it is basically revolutionizing the country's regional connectivity. The seaplane service will be between Sabarmati riverfront in Ahmedabad and Statue of Unity in Kevadia by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Okay, and after that we have Giuseppe Conte. So Modi and Italian counterpart Giuseppe Conte attended the India-Italy bilateral summit through video conference. So Giuseppe Conte. Karate exercise again, Bangladesh, US, Nyaya Kausal, you already know, Bobre, Nagpur, first is Source Center, Nyaya Kausal, Public Affairs Index, you already know. So these things are again repeat. Moving forward, TransUnion CIBIL plus MOSPI. Okay, so they have launched a health index, credit health index. So basically, again, I want to recall a couple of questions from PFRDA. One question was asked about Girnar ropeway, which is in Junagadh district of Gujarat. Okay, so that question was asked. So remember that also. And again, here one question I am remembering: the credit rating agency is controlled by SEBI. So this question is also asked in PFRDA. TransUnion CIBIL plus MOSPI. So MOSPI is basically the ministry, and they have launched the MSME credit health index. Okay. Rupsi Airport is launched in Assam, and Vidyapati Airport in Darbhanga, Bihar. So basically under Udan scheme, Rupsi Airport Assam, Vidyapati Airport in Darbhanga. So Vidyapati was a very famous Hindi literature scholar in Bihar. So the name Vidyapati in the recognition of that guy. And Airport Authority of India has handed over the Lucknow airport to the Adani Group. So Adani Group have got Thiruvananthapuram also, Lucknow also, and 2-3 more airports as well. So Adani Group is getting many airports by our government, and he is very loyal since time of Gujarat politics. First Narendra Modi became the prime minister, so he came to Delhi into the private jet of Mr. Adani. So now Adani is getting the fruits. So if you are working hard in the GK and computer section of RBI, you will also get the fruit. So I hope you are as lucky as Mr. Adani. ICG built by Larsen and Turbo, basically L&T, Larsen and Turbo. So ICG is Indian Coast Guard ship C452, designed and built by L&T, has been commissioned in Ratnagiri, Maharashtra. So this is again important because it is from our defense sector, and yes, this is important question. So remember this question. ICICI Bank has launched ICICI Bank Mine, India's first banking program for millennial customers in the age bracket of 18 year to 35 year. So after SBI, we are seeing that everybody is going after millennials. Why? Because millennials spend a lot. So that's why they are providing cards to millennials. And Bank Mine, ICICI Bank. Book India Moving, A History of Migration, economist Chinmay Tombe. So Chinmay Tombe has launched a book, India Moving, Our History of Migration. Okay, so remember this book. Book Bye Bye Corona. So this book is launched by Pradeep Srivastava and released by Anandi Ben, the governor of UP. First Saintune book entitled Bye Bye Corona. So it's by Saintune, you know, it's some kind of a cartoonist book. So through science, it has been explained how we won the corona, which is not yet over, but yeah, we have controlled it in a very significant way. In US, the death is more than 3 lakh. In India, it's 1/3 of that. So that's an achievement. And we have saw that Trump basically lost the election because of this only. And the Bihar government won the election. Why? Because they managed the corona. They were they didn't manage the migrant labors very efficiently, but yes, the corona's death in Bihar was less than 5,000, and that's an achievement, keeping in mind the health infrastructure of Bihar as well as the capital and the headroom available with Bihar government. So book Jugalbandi, the BJP before Modi, is written by political scientist Vinay Sitapati. So Vinay Sitapati has launched the book Jugalbandi and BJP before Modi. Okay. Pandemonium. Pandemonium is a book which is written by Tamal Bandyopadhyay. So Tamal Bandyopadhyay writes lots of economic articles in various newspapers like Business Standard and Economic Times also. So a book is now there, The Great Indian Banking Tragedy. Okay, so Tamal Bandyopadhyay. Mansar Lake, Jammu Kashmir, Agati Island, Lakshadweep. So Agati Island is a very nice destination. If you get some time, do visit Agati Island in Lakshadweep. Mansar Lake is in Jammu and Kashmir. So these two lakes and island are important because they were in news recently. Priyansa Radhakrishna, she has become the first Indian Kiwi woman, means New Zealand woman, to become a minister in New Zealand. Okay, so she is the first woman. The name is Priyanka Radhakrishna. ADB. So ADB has provided $132.8 million loan to Meghalaya. So again, for power distribution network, because in Northeast we have challenges in infrastructure, and power is the core of any infrastructure. Because if no power, no railway, no supply chain, nothing. So that's why ADB has provided this much loan to our state Meghalaya, and the capital of Meghalaya is Shillong, and that's again a beautiful destination. If you get some time, you can visit. Northeast is very important part of India, and yes, there is lots of potential in tourism as well as in other sectors. We have many of our subscribers from state Mizoram, Manipur, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh. So I recently talked to a couple of guys also, and it felt very nice to hear from them that they are from Northeast, and because we are teaching in English language, so they subscribe to us because of our content as well as our language, which is English. So I talked to them and they were very happy with the content. So thanks to all those brothers and sisters from Northeast India. Moving forward, few more days are there. So homage to Iron Man of India, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, 31st October. Okay. The 31st October, Vallabhbhai Patel, homage, Iron Man of India. World Tsunami Awareness Day, 5 November. The theme is strengthening disaster risk governance. National Cancer Day, 7 November. I will also give you a trick to remember this. World Science Day, 10 November. Science for and with society in dealing with COVID-19. Ayurveda Day, November 13. Ayurveda for COVID-19. November 14, World Diabetes Day, Children's Day, Nehru Jayanti. All these days are on this day. Okay. Now, what's the trick? So the trick is, on 5 November, tsunami came. Okay. So on 5 November, tsunami came. And this theme you can remember, like disaster risk governance. So there is nothing to remember themes by trick. So 5 November, tsunami came. And due to the tsunami, day after tomorrow, on 7 November, people got cancer. Many people got the cancer. Okay. So after 2 days, cancer happened to many people. Why? Because tsunami came. So that brought many radioactive element and bad waters with them. So cancer happened on 7 November to many people. After that, very fast Indian government researched, and they got the medicine to cure this cancer people, and that's why after 3 days World Science Day was celebrated. So 5, 7, 10, tsunami, cancer, science day. After 2 days again, using those medicines, we saw that people are now getting good, but to 100% cure them, there was Ayurveda day after 3 days. Okay, so 5, 7, 10, 13. So that's the key: 5, 7, 10, 13. So 2 day gap, and here 3 days gap. Okay, and Ayurveda for COVID-19. And after that, everybody is happy. So they enjoyed Children's Day, Nehru Jayanti, but they made sure that they are not having too much sweets so that they don't have the diabetes. So on 14th, they have the Children's Day, Nehru Jayanti, they enjoyed, they have lots of sweets and didn't have diabetes. So that's a kind of trick through which you can remember these 5 dates, and there are very high chance that these dates are important for RBI, and one question you can expect from this slide. So that's it for the today's session, the week 1 of November. That was a long video, but I thought to cover everything under the sun, and to solve any query you have any doubt, so mail us at hi@litmore.in. Do connect with all the social media platforms we are at, including Telegram, Facebook, as well as YouTube, because there we provide many questions, MCQs and content in form of stories and direct text messages, something like that. So do connect over there, and any questions, shoot us at hi@litmore.in. So thank you for watching, and bye bye.